Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, as always, for tuning into Public Freakouts Unleashed. We have a very special story for you today. A lot of you who saw, not my last episode on Public Freakouts Unleashed, but the one before that, I featured a clip of a woman that I dubbed Dog Park Karen, and I realized there's been more than one Dog Park Karen, but this latest one happened to feature a lady who had her two dogs in what looked to be a multiple acre large, completely empty dog park. And when the guy recording this video and his wife and their adorable dog Zeus came in and tried to approach the fence and come into the dog park, she gave them one of the craziest reactions, just the most out-of-pocket reactions that you could think of. She got very, very upset. She didn't want her dogs to associate with their dog at all. And she started recording them, threatened to call the police, the whole 9 yards. So this devolved into this kind of super crazy, ridiculous Karen scenario. There's tons of follow-up. We're going to get to the bottom of this. But first, I think it's important that we watch the clip back to make sure that we really understand the gravity of what happened here.
Hey,
quit harassing
we can both.
me.
You're harassing me.
Harassing me.
We're trying.
Dog
Okay.
out of here.
No,
Mine.
this is my dog. He's calm, and we brought him to the park to socialize with other dogs. We're just trying to go into a public park.
You got a whole empty one right there. Go in it. You're looking for trouble, dude.
We have a yard at home.
Cause trouble.
No, we brought him to socialize with other dogs.
Right there's an empty
You
one.
don't own the park, and you
Did I
can't make
say
us
I
leave.
did? Don't come in here and bully me, you jerk.
You're the bully. Look at you.
Oh.
And your dogs follow your attitude. We came up here, he was calm, your dogs were all rah, 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 rah. And so you're trying to say we're the crazy ones?
My dog will
Okay,
do
so who's
what
approaching
they
who?
want to do.
Who's the
Do you
bully here?
Bring them to a dog park.
All we're
My
trying to
dogs,
do
I will tell them
is come
who
to
they're
a
gonna
public.
socialize with.
We're trying to.
then why did you
This
bring
is
them
a
to a dog
public
park?
park.
Because it's a public park. and I'll do
Exactly.
what I want.
It's a
I'm
public,
the United
so
States
you can't
American
tell us that we
citizen.
can't come
Are
in.
You?
Yeah.
I doubt
Oh,
it.
yeah, right. So,
Wow.
Wow.
So that was racist. Wow.
She just said that we weren't going
That's
in
cool.
the
Awesome.
park.
Because I got it on camera. We'll be all over the internet. Let's do that. She just said, she accused us of not being
we
American
We
citizens.
didn't,
Did
we
I
weren't.
say you're not?
Yeah, you just did.
Don't
You-
put words in my mouth.
You're on camera.
I just
Don't put words in my mouth.
You're on camera. You put them in your own mouth.
I said I'm an American citizen. Are
And you
you?
I said yes. You said you doubt it. We answered yes. We could watch the video. We answered yes, we're American citizens. You said you doubt it.
Quit harassing me.
You're harassing. It's all on camera. People could judge for themselves.
Quit harassing me.
It's a public
You
park.
came here to cause trouble.
No, we came to let our dog run around and socialize with other dogs.
Or else we would have kept him home. He could run around at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a dog park supposed to be to run around with other dogs? And our dog only has himself. He doesn't have other dogs to play with.
You'll be all over the internet tonight. And in fact, we're going to report you. Let's get the out of here.
So there actually happens to be a lot more footage, both of his explanation of what was going on during this whole thing and of the actual incident itself, which we will get to in a moment. I think it's important to note a couple of things about this interaction. So first and foremost, the guy who recorded this video, the guy whose dog this is, Zeus, he mentions that Zeus is a pit bull, and as most of you know, pit bulls carry a prejudice, they carry a stigma is the word I'm looking for, that they are violent and aggressive dogs. So that may have been the reason behind why this woman didn't want their dog Zeus interacting with her dogs. She may have had this prejudice, shared in this prejudice against pit bulls, which I'm just going to throw this out there. I personally don't like that stigma. But it's important to note a few things here, like, for instance, her dogs were not upset or scared or aggressive towards Zeus when they came up at all. They all seemed happy and excited to meet each other. So that's worth noting as well. She apparently told him he was going to go to jail if they came into the park before he started recording this whole thing, which is obviously insane. And then she followed them to their vehicle and refused to let them leave. They started recording again when this became a thing. And actually, that part of the footage, which the vast majority of people who have seen this original clip have not seen, is right here. And I'll show it to you right now.
I'm calling the cops right now. I'm calling the cops.
I could take down your license plate number just as easily, ma'am. So don't get all psycho. Help. Help? Oh yeah, if that little dog's gonna help.
No, she told me to get out. No, you told us that. No. No, that's not true. That's not true. We have it on video. We have it on video. You could watch and judge for yourself. I don't know what her deal is.
She made us leave the park. You know? She really wants it, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's fine. Babe, get on your phone and call the police, please. Call 911.
You're in a public park. I can do what I want.
Yeah, we could go inside there also.
That's why you told us to leave?
Why would you want to go inside with my dog?
To socialize our dog.
That's what a dog park.
There's no reasoning with you. We're calling, babe, call the police right now. This lady's harassing us. Look, who's looking for trouble? It's all on video.
Oh, I want your license number, pal.
For what?
For threatening me.
Oh, I threatened you, huh? What did I say? You're threatening us.
Your poor dog.
Your poor dog.
Look at
You have a mental illness. Call the police. It's Wagging Tail Park. It's Wagging Tail Dog Park. And I don't.
We're in, is this Greeley?
Yeah, it's East Greeley, east of 85. It's called Wagging Tail Dog Park.
What's your name?
My name is Richard Martinez.
What's your phone number, Richard?
7202.
What happened?
Okay. So we came here to bring our dog to the park and let him socialize with other dogs and run around. And as we walked up to the gate, this lady ran up and started yelling at us and telling us that we can't go in there. I told her it's a public park and we're free to be in here. And then she ran up and started yelling, recording us, which we started recording as well. And she just, you can't be in here, you got to leave. And I said, no, it's a public park, we don't have to leave. And then she came up, she said, you guys aren't, I'm an American citizen, are you guys? And I said, yeah, we're American citizens. She goes, I doubt it. And then she just started yelling, just obscenities.
Trying to get your license plate number?
Yeah, and then I said, you know what, screw it, we have it on camera, I said, let's leave. So we were leaving, we're at our truck, and that's when she came out of the park and started like approaching our truck, recording us, trying to get our license plates, saying that we threatened her. And like I said, it's all on video, but now we're trying to leave and she won't let us leave. So, yeah, yep. Her body. Well, as soon as I called the police just now, then she walked back into the park. But now she's trying to get license plates, and she says that she's, that we were threatening her. I want a cop here to document this and to file a report. Yes, right now we are. As soon as I told her I was calling the cops, she went into the park. So now we're standing by our truck, and she's inside the park. Do you know where this park is? Oh, okay. Let me answer it.
So as you can see, this lady was pretty out of control. But a lot of people were left wondering after this initial video went viral, what happened when the cops showed up? Like, how was this lady, was she arrested? Did they believe her? What happened? So he, the guy who uploaded this video, Filthy Rich is his TikTok name. I love that. He took to Twitter to explain to us all what happened in a 4-part monologue, which I think it's very important to the context of this video to really understand what was going on here, to listen to him in his own words.
Howdy there, TikTok people. This is Big Rich coming to you live. So as promised, and as requested, I'm doing a follow-up video to answer some questions and just give everybody that's wondering a clearer picture of how things transpired, the way they got started, and how they concluded. So basically, and this happened a few months ago. We were at home, got off work, and our dog, we don't have other dogs, and he doesn't get a chance to play with other dogs. But he loves other dogs. He loves other people, and he's really gentle. He's really just a good spirit animals. I mean, so we wanted to take him to the dog park. So this was a place that we had been to a few times before and never really had a problem. We've ran into some unkind people before, but it was never like that. We have been discriminated because of his breed. But like I said, it was never to that extent. So what happened is we got to the park, we unloaded, and we started walking up to the fence. As to be expected, her dogs ran up, they were excited. Didn't seem, like a threat or anything, and our dog was excited, I think they were just all excited to greet each other's. Anytime you go to a park, dog park with your dog, and you first walk in, dogs are excited and, to greet and see each other. And so we walked up to the fence, and, we were doing so with caution, of course, not just running right in. But as I reached over the fence to unlatch the gate, she stormed up and started yelling at us, telling us that we couldn't go in there. She said, you can't come in here. And I was just so surprised, I couldn't believe what had happened. It happened so fast and it escalated so quickly. Just couldn't really believe it. And I said, we're coming in. You can't stop us. It's a public park. And I reached over the fence, and again, I was about to unlatch the gate and just go in. It's ridiculous. You can't stop us. Then where's I at? Yeah, I reached over, and I wasn't going to let her stop us. We were going to go in. Regardless, but she ran up and just went from 0 to, well, she was never really at 0, but went from about 60 to 120 really fast, just saying all kinds of things, you can't bully me, don't try to intimidate me with your size, buddy, you're gonna go to jail if you come in here. She pulled out her phone and started recording. So I pulled out my phone as well and started recording her.
So at this point in the guy's story, it seems like she was for sure the aggressor, this Karen lady, unless you happen to sympathize with her position that you just simply can't let a pit bull anywhere near your dogs at any time, no matter what.
You guys pretty much saw what happened as far as when we had our phones out. After we decided to leave, and I'll do another video where I explain my reasoning why I engaged with her, and also why I let her win. After we left, at the end of that video, we left and we walked to our truck and we were loading up. We were going to go find a different dog park. She stormed out of the dog park into the parking lot and stood in front of our truck and was blocking us. And I pulled out my phone, started recording again, and then you guys, I did upload that video, but it got taken down for some reason. The first one I took down because my phone number was in it as I was speaking with dispatch, and then I uploaded it without that, my phone number, and that got taken down for some reason. So you guys didn't get to see that, but yeah, she was like trying to get our license plates, said that I was harassing her and going to jail. At that point, she would not let us leave. So I did call the cops. I spoke with them, and as soon as I got on the phone with the cops, she walked back into the dog park, and I assumed that, based on what she said, that she was also calling the cops on us. So they came, they spoke with everybody. It wasn't very hard for them she was still acting the same when they got there. And, but she was also making some allegations and accusations as far as, saying that I was threatening her safety, that she was afraid to leave the park, and, stuff like that. I'm not quite sure exactly, and I'll do another part. Hi, TikTok people, back again. I'm not sure exactly what she told the cops, but she was making some allegations, different allegations, based on, their actions, because they interviewed witnesses that were there. They came and, it took a while, but they ended up coming and talking to me, and they said, yeah, man, it's not too hard to tell what's going on here. She's claiming right now that she's afraid to leave because you're here.
So, in other words, the cops are completely incredulous at her story and seem to know exactly what's going on here, and that this woman is being evidently ridiculous. So they agree.
And they said, what do you want to do? They said we could probably take her in for something like disorderly conduct. It's up to you. And I said, well, really, I just did this for my protection. Because, and I'll go into that further in another video, as far as, why we got to be so careful, because all it takes is an accusation, and it doesn't have to be founded in an ounce of truth, but here we are having to defend ourselves and explain, things. So, I told them, I said, all we want to do is leave, and that's what we were trying to do. It's not worth the trouble. And we don't want to be involved in any court cases or anything like that, especially over this. And they said, yeah, we respect that. They said, you don't have to leave. And I said, no, we're going to leave anyway. She wouldn't let us leave. And they said, well, if you want to, she claims that she wants to leave, but the only reason she's staying is because she's afraid of you. And and they said, we could tell that that's BS, but, they said, if you want to come back, maybe just give it 5 minutes, drive around the block 5 minutes, and then come back once she leaves. I said, okay, we'll do that. So we drove around the block. I actually parked somewhere for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we decided to drive back by the park, and it was the same scene. Like, she was standing out there just looking crazy, aggressive. So we just kept driving. We ended up driving past the cop. He was pulled over, probably doing some paperwork. And we pulled over and chatted with him a little bit more. And he ended up telling us about a really nice dog park that wasn't too far away, only a few miles away. And we're glad we found it. We ended up going to that dog park. And it was it's really nice. They have obstacles and stuff, and lots of, dogs were there, lots of friendly pet owners. So yeah, we went to the new dog park. We met a lot of cool people. We were a bit traumatized from that experience, not knowing what to expect. Like, are we going to run into more people like this? Is this a common thing? And no, it isn't, because she's the only Karen that we've actually encountered in the wild. No, but we were, like I said, we were a bit traumatized at first. We were apprehensive when my dog would go by somebody and shake by them. I'm like, I'm so sorry, and they're looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, you don't have to apologize. We love dogs, and he's everybody loves Zeus. He's a good dog.
So again, Zeus may be a pit bull, but he's getting along fine with all of the dogs at this other dog park. He's clearly not having any problems.
He's actually, he's on, as far as on the spectrum of aggressiveness, he's like really low on it. He's probably less aggressive than an average dog. So it turned out good. And that was that. We'll do why did we engage? We engaged, I don't know. Shouldn't have. But it all happened so quickly and escalated so quickly that didn't really have time to think. So I don't know why I engaged her. And looking back on it, yeah, it's probably better not to engage with people like that. The only way that we could not have engaged is if we had just turned around and walked away completely. And then, there's a lot of people saying, that are actually angry that we did leave, saying that we let her win and now she's going to do it again. But really, if we had just decided to walk in, where would that have led? What if she came and assaulted us, and then what am I going to do? Like, beat up a lady? Am I going to hit a lady? And no, that could just be avoided altogether by not going in. So that's why we left, and that is why we engaged, and that's why we didn't just walk on in. It would have been like throwing gasoline on a fire, and it's just a whole lot of things were going through my head as far as the possible outcomes based on certain actions that I may or may not take. So that was it. I hope I answered most of the questions and addressed a lot of the concerns that people had. If I didn't, feel free to leave a comment and I'll respond.
So there you have it, folks. In his own words, I hope that clears up the mystery of Dog Park Karen. Obviously, we're not going to get an opportunity to hear her side of the story, though I have a sneaking suspicion that it would be rather silly and ridiculous even if we did. So there you have it, folks. I will see you next time we do this, which will probably be in a couple of days. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Bye.